Hey friend, here we are again. This time I really want to talk to you even more deeper about how this integration of this crazy experience has been like for me. I'm going to try to be more specific, to really tell you how it's going inside of me, really. So, 2 months ago, I was initiated during a Bufo ceremony. What I lived at this moment was the most profound experience of source and of life that I've ever lived before. And since then, I've been really integrating it in all aspects of my life and of myself, my being. It's been a journey of mentally integrating the new informations I experienced there, if I can say. I'm using these words when I was there, when I experienced this, but it's really just words to try to explain to you, even though they don't honor that experience. But yeah, let's use them. So, yeah, it's been a journey to mentally accept what I lived, what I saw, what I felt, what I experienced. Mentally accept it, because my whole sense of self got destroyed at this instant. And the whole new reality was just there in front of me. Like, with this innate knowing that this is it. This is the source. This is everything on the highest dimension. And we, as we live here on this earth plane, are just a fractal of that, a manifestation of that. We are just one possibility manifested in 3D, in physical matter. But everything and everything in between is the source, is that I felt, so was experienced. So honestly, for the past 2 months, I've been really accepting this idea, because before that, I've always said sentences and believed, I've always had so much faith into universe, life, and how it works. So I've always said sentences like, yeah, we are all one. We all came from the same source. Everything is energy. And energy is this great intelligence, is the source of all. I've always believed very strongly. I've always knew in my heart, but I never felt it firsthand the way I did during this initiation. So it took a while. It was so, oh my God, I'm talking about the integration, so it's a bit uncomfortable because it is shattering everything that I've believed before. So everything is destroyed, and then I need to accept new beliefs, right? But I should mention that, wow, this innate knowing I gained during the experience is so beautiful. This knowing, the source of it all is so beautiful. It's pure love, only love, infinite, eternal love. It is so magical. My whole view of life changed. It got refined and bettered in a way, because it gained in grace, it gained in gratitude, it gained in deep recognition of the beauty of every single thing. I've been feeling more alive than ever before. When I see things with my human eyes, I see them more alive than I thought they were. There's a big presence, or a deeper presence that came after this experience. A deeper presence melted into the everythingness. a deeper presence melted into the love and the awareness that all that I see, all that I feel, and all situations, persons, creation is love. So it's definitely been the most blissful journey I've had. Feeling this alive, this connected, truly connected, actually. For the first time, I guess. Connected in such depth, essence to essence. That's how I've been feeling deep inside. I've been feeling this beingness, this natural being more than the doing. There is less pressure into my life, less pressure to do more, less pressure to get somewhere, less pressure to control myself, my environment. Yeah, less expectations and perfectionism towards me and my life and my purpose. Definitely slowing time. Yeah, time has slowed down as I'm melting myself into this presence, into the now. Because my whole being knows deep down that it's only now, and everything is in this perfect moment. On a physical level, it hasn't been that easy and that obvious. It felt since that point that my body, physical body, has been trying and adjusting to this new frequency, to this new knowing, this new way of being. And this transition within the physicality of my body has been translating into such an intense fatigue. I've been exhausted every day. Lately it's getting better, but honestly the past few weeks have been the most intense in terms of exhaustion. It's very common now that during the day, often around 11 a.m., I wake up super early, I go on with my day, and then around 11, I feel this exhaustion, every part of my body. And I feel this calling of just laying down. And at that moment, oh wow, my whole body is buzzing. It's energy just buzzing. I'm like entering this other dimension, and boom, I enter into a coma. It's not really sleeping. It's not being awake. It's something else. I call it coma because it's an in-between where, oh wow, so many things happen on the energy level. Sometimes I travel, I get a lot of visions. Yeah, a lot is happening, really. And I can feel my body just adjusting to a new dimension, a new frequency, way higher than what I knew before. For example, in terms of food, I think I mentioned it to you, but it's been a few months now that my body has been asking me for more fruits, and a few weeks now that my diet is almost only fruits, and sometimes raw or other things, rarely, but it's mostly fruit. I used to not eat fruits. So yeah, fruits are the physical food that is the closest to the sun, to the highest frequency of source here manifested on earth, as I see it, at least in the sun. And these very, very high vibrations from the sun goes directly into the fruit. And when we eat them, it's not only light and digestible for the body, but it's also super high vibe and high frequency, feeding our soul on every level. So yeah, I've been listening to my body, eating a lot of fruits, and sleeping more, slowing down the rhythm, and just allowing this space of big transition, because it hasn't been easy, honestly. I had other plans. Sometimes I want to be more dynamic. I have many plans socially and stuff like that. But this time is to honor myself. I managed to find balance into having a social life and doing things that I want to do, and also honoring my body and my whole being through this attunement and integration of energy expanded. But yeah, that's the energy right now, or at least for the last few months and weeks. A lot of integration, mostly energetic and physical. Now, my mind, I would say, is on board with the concept. I've been working a lot in accepting all of this. And now I'm just surrendering to the whole integration process, watching my physical body get there, join the rest of my energy. And I feel like it's coming to a full circle. These experiences, physical unbalances to rebalance, chaos to put back order. I feel like this transition is slowly coming to an end. I can feel the spark of harmony and alignment, healing, running through my body. And I'm very grateful for the time that I've been living, for this great initiation that I've been walking onto this path. I'm very grateful for what is to come. And I'm very honored to walk this earth as me, in this magnificent vessel, as my body, as my higher self, as this light, as this expression of Source. I'm very grateful. So even if this journey of integration is not the most comfortable, it is so beautiful. Wow. I feel like it's such a special time. Like I said before in another episode, this is the greatest gift that I could ever had. Oh my God. And along the way I've been having so much help. So many dear friends being there for me, forming this amazing soul family, surrounding me with the highest lights, the highest intentions, the greatest support, the deepest love. And wow, going into these journeys together, it changes everything, because we can really support each other through all the waves, all the breakthrough, all the craziness, all the mindfuck, all the love, all the expansion. I feel so connected to those people that have been my soul family truly here during this whole thing. And I feel even more connected to all, actually. More connected to the divine, of course, in my daily life too. It's like, I've always had faith and talked to universe and developed this intimate relationship with the divine within me and all around. But now, since this initiation, I feel even more connected into, it's like my new state of being. The new state, reference state of my being is to be connected, to listen to Source, to experience this connection. And then from that point, I go into the world. But it's not, before it used to be the different the opposite. I was living my life as myself and going into the world and having experiences, human stuff, blah, blah, blah. And then sometimes I would connect to higher realms. I would connect to the divine. Now it's this opposite that I've been mentioning. It's like I'm the connected one. I'm the spiritualness inside of me. And then sometimes I go and live these human things. I don't know if I can express it well into words, but it's how it feels, at least. The new state of being, my essence, connected to source, to all. And it has been a challenge too, navigating into the world, feeling like this, because it's like my whole being needs to be in resonance with the things I have in front of me, or the people. Otherwise, it's even less aligned than before. It's even more expressed, the misalignment, than before, and even less bearable. I'm so connected to the essence within me that lately I've been really realizing that in order to honor myself, I need to listen to the energy. And the more I listen to the energy and the resonance, the more I feel ease, the more I feel peace and alignment. So this can be sometimes uncomfortable because relationships will move. I can spend less and less time with some people or bigger groups, and that's okay. Maybe it's just a period of time, and maybe it will get easier in a few weeks or months or years. I don't know. I just know that right now, this new way of being is asking me to really resonate with my environment. And honestly, listening to those impulses and this resonance, wow, it's allowing such profound and truthful connections with the people around me. So yeah, again, so grateful for this experience, these challenges, this beauty, expanding within and without. There's one more thing I wanted to share with you today, is that I have become more sensitive to my environment, to everything really, to the energies, to the divine, this connection, connectedness that I've been talking about. But I have been also more sensitive to medicines from the earth. So, to tell you quickly, I had a very spontaneous mushroom trip one night with my friends. We were dancing and having fun, and all of a sudden one of my friends had prepared a mixture of mushroom medicine and offered us to take it as a big spaceship that we were that night and just fly off together. So naturally I accepted. I really had this fun spark within me thinking about it. So we all took the mushrooms, and for me, being so open, literally vibrating so openly and rapidly, I am so sensitive to mushroom. It took a time to kick off, but after I think a little hour, it did kick off. And oh my God, what happened there is absolutely insane. Of course, we all had different trips. Mushroom will work that way, I guess. But my trip was full on 5-MeO-DMT. I was back in the Bufo state. Well, to tell you the truth, it started with being in full Kundalini activation. My Kundalini just was over the chart, activated. I was laying on the dance floor just laughing at myself because my body couldn't stop moving and doing mudras and activating the Kundalini, and oh my God, just moving like a snake. And I was just laughing because I literally couldn't stop my body. It was so fast and strong movements, and I was just observing it all, and it was so funny. And even when I got up, I was walking Kundalini activation. And as I was standing and talking with the people, it didn't stop. And that was so funny. Oh my God. Can you imagine having normal conversation, but your body is in full on activation, just moving like a snake, mudras being made with the hands and shaking in every way. Oh my God, that was so fun. So fun. And I honestly, very fun from a mind point of view to observe yourself in this way and knowing that it's so beautiful and cool and it's okay, but it's also unmanageable and unstoppable at this moment. And I was super conscious. I was not, I was going to say I was not high in my mind, but I was high as fuck. I was just super conscious. There was no like delusion or whatever. So yeah, where was I? Yeah, full-on Kundalini activations. Wow, the feeling I had. Oh my God. It was so beautiful. It was really, I felt this whole energy being activated very strongly though. But yeah, I could feel it so potent in my whole body. Woo, so beautiful. So that was the first part of my journey with this mushroom. And then came the second part. And oh my God, I have to tell you how it happened. I started feeling some kind of static body movements. So it was like I was beginning to feel like a stone, you know, not being able to move my arms, my hands. So I was starting to feel actually a bit anxious and afraid. And I went to get a glass of water. So I got up, I go towards the water, but I couldn't really move my arms. And I was like, oh my God, what the fuck is happening? And there was a good friend of mine, Eric. And I said, Eric, please give me a glass of water, help me out. So he does that. And then he's like, oh, wow, are you okay? And you seem a bit anxious. So I tell him, oh my God, I don't know what's happening. And actually I knew, but I didn't want to know. I knew that I was being called to something very, very deep. But I was so afraid to go back. I don't know why, but I was so afraid to go back. So I was in resistance. I was not in surrendering. That's why it was this almost blocked body stuff, because I was resisting it. And in that moment, Eric gives me a hug. He takes me in his arms. So I go into his arms. I breathe, I close my eyes. I was like, okay, it's okay, it's okay. And at the moment that I step away from him, in just 1 second, I open my eyes and I see the true of him. I see him not as a human body, but as a divine frequency of mandala, shaped in green and beautiful, beautiful forms and geometry sacred. Oh my God. In this instant, with my eyes open, there was not the 3 dimension anymore. There was not the physicality that we live in. There was his pure, divine source frequency essence of him. And oh my God, after this second of enlightenment towards him, I start to cry of joy and beauty, and I tell him, oh my God, Eric, I just saw you. I saw you for the first time. Your frequency, you're so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Oh my God. And he was, oh wow, he was receiving what I was experiencing. It was such a beautiful short moment, but so, oh my God, so precious. And that signed the beginning of a 4-hour DMT, 5-MeO DMT journey trip. Whoa. I was so lucky to have my dear friend Kevin with me the whole time. He was not tripping on mushroom. He was totally sober and telling me how much I am loved and safe the whole 4 hours. And thanks to him and his loving, amazing support, I could go into this trip more easily, let's say. And what happened during the whole trip was going back into non-dual state and present moment physicality of 3D. So I kept, let's say, going into the 5-MeO DMT state. I kept going into these frequencies all, and then coming back, opening my eyes into the 3-dimension world and be like, oh my God, this is happening. What just happened? And I kept going back. And I had those amazing visions. It was a lot of Egyptian signs, actually, like the Ankh cross, Horus eye, the Caduceus, also a lot of wings. And it felt like Source was showing me symbols, codes. I don't know what yet, I'm just me. But it was so beautiful. And honestly, this trip, non-stop, being in that state of only frequency and then coming back into the state of body, physical stuff, it allowed me to integrate a little bit more of that concept. That everything is everything and one is the other, and that's okay. So yeah, it was a very beautiful journey, and I was very happy that it ended because it was exhausting for the body. I took, I think, 3 or 4 days to recover fully, to gain my energy back, my essence energy, because the mushroom energy was just laying on top of mine for all those days, and I absolutely disliked it. It was not comfortable not to feel like fully me, and it was very aggressive also, this trip, on a physical level, as my body was working so much to hold the frequencies that I was experiencing. So yeah, I've been feeling more connected, more sensitive in the best ways, just because, as my Bufo server explained after this trip, she said, now that I was initiated with the Bufo to this dimension, the door is always open. And I know that because sometimes during my coma, I go there. During, my spontaneous sleep during the day, which I call coma, I go there as well. And sometimes I go into in-betweens. And I'm going to be very careful. And I rarely have herbs medicine like psychedelics, like mushrooms. And now I'm going to have it even more rarely. Unless I do it very consciously, because I know I open the door again and I want to go there for some reason. Or have been called there. So yeah, it's a beautiful journey of learning to be me in these new ways. And everything is perfect, truly. There is no fear. And there is less and less fears, actually. Because I feel, for example, death even lesser than before. I fear insecurity even lesser than before. Because I've been merging with our essence state, our source of all. And when you do so, the problems in the physical world that we've been creating become obsolete. They become pointless and completely out of the topic. It's like such an old way that doesn't fit anymore with the new expanded mind, new expanded consciousness. So yeah, I'm also navigating these aspects right now, which I think are super interesting. The true letting go of human fears. Yeah, and maybe everything that I've been saying since the beginning of this podcast is nonsense. Why not? I'm just something manifested as something, going through some things, and I'm having a lot of fun with it, and I love all these expansions. I hope you do too. I'm pretty sure you're going through a lot of expansion yourself, because this is not random. This is the time for it. This is not random. It has been perfectly orchestrated, not for me, for all of us. I know that. I can see it in people surrounding me. I hope you see it too, for yourself. I hope you listen to the callings of life I hope you listen to your heart and your body. They know, they are so connected. Just listen, and answer the callings of life. This will bring you all the miracles, all the expansion, all the beauty that you could ever hope for. And through all of this, just a quick reminder for all of us, let's celebrate this magnificent life, these blessings we receive every day in every shapes, every forms, every being, every opportunities. Let's celebrate every day the way we want. If it's a smile, if it's a word, if it's a thank you, if it's a song, if it's a dance, playing, having fun, loving, let's celebrate. We're here for that. Enjoy this life. It's a blessing. Much love to you.